This is your daily market review for Thursday, December 5th, 2024. Let's go.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well.
This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agents, your daily market review. Thursday, December 5th, 2024. 20 days till Christmas. New Year's coming up soon. Man, this year is just flying by. Wasn't too involved today in the markets, just kind of watching, anticipating today's action. Thought it would be a choppy, sloppy day. Not surprised going into the jobs number again, which is the only thing matters. We talked about the 3 days of potential markup because of money inflows to the last month of the year. Seems like you got it. And then not surprised by today's action, which was just a little up and down, chop. So tomorrow's the big day today. We'll see how it happens. Now, most days typically are dojis, so that would be rather confusing if you do doji in any direction. Just keep that in mind. Most jobs report days have wide ranges, and they usually more times than not, they open and close where they actually open. So ten cuidado. That's all I can really say on that. Knowing that the jobs number, whatever they are, again, it's the reaction that matters. And again, we can debate what's the right number and what's going to be, but I don't really go that deep. It's not necessary. Just trade the reaction. First mouse gets the trap, second gets the cheese. So we'll be on red alert, looking at levels, and let's dig into the levels. Again, if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room, link description and below. If you want to chat, use the Calendly link. If you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, and you don't reach out, what are you doing? For the love of God, love to help you out, do my best, put you in touch with one of the best agents in the country, no matter where you're at. All right, Twitter, follow, like, dropping trades here. Again, tons of fun videos and action here on the YouTube, also on the website. But again, educational trading videos on YouTube. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you'd like to donate, hit the thanks button. I appreciate it. Again, same thing on our website. You can see all these videos, daily market reviews, education series. A lot of fun, all the fun stuff. So let's dig into it. We know that there's going to be a rate cut at some point, right? We're anticipating it probably going to be quarter. I mean, at this point, it's 71%. That's basically a lock, y'all. And so at this point, it's baked in, right? That's what I would be concerned with. It's baked in. So knowing this, just watch this. Again, if you want this link, CME Group Markets, again, reach out and I'll DM it to you if needed. Bitcoin. A lot of people are going to get mad at me for saying this. And again, I got a ton of friends and family and people just reach out and go, look, boy, Bitcoin 100,000, we're going to the moon. Oh my God, awesome, cool. This is where I don't trust anything. The more you're up, the less you own. Now, and that candle, I'm telling you, is not a candle you want to see. And some people might be like, ooh, man, say a lot of things. We'll see what happens here. Again, sorry to be very I'm trying to find the right thing here. I can put in this, like, mark this little sucker, because this is interesting. This candle, be on red alert. That could be a top near term. We've talked about how it sets traps at highs. You can make higher highs, lower highs, equal highs, play games, but it's the reaction after such retest of the highs, and that could be bearish. We'll see what happens here. Again, long term, near term, whatever. If you haven't taken any profits, it's interesting because MicroStrategy acted today. Someone knows something. The nose knows. So please be careful. Oil, chopping around the range lows. Natty gas. We talked about this one pulling back. Where are all my drawings? Come on, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Yeah, let's leave the page, see what happens. We know this area matters. Here we go. Backing off. Cool. Love to see this in the 1 or 2. Like, I don't know. I'd love to see it down here. Keep an eye on it. That's all I can really say. Like natural gas long term. We love commodities long term. Dollar. Broke the 20-day. Red alert. Red alert. Does someone know something about the numbers tomorrow? Red alert. We'll see. Could be a trap. TLT holding up pretty dang well. Again, are the jobs numbers going to be crap? That's the question you have to ask yourself, because if they are, you will see potential. Again, I've seen good numbers, then we rally too. So just watch the reaction. Just watch the reaction. If you're bullish bonds and you bought it down in the range low area, so far so good. Again, tomorrow is a big day. It might not make or break it, in my opinion. It could just be a chop day. VIX, talked about this basing. So basey. Okay, keep an eye on it. VIX typically bottoms first. It definitely did bottom first. It's just we're not getting really much of a reaction. So worth watching. Keep an eye on it. SPY down a whopping $1. Hope my puts for the end this week make any money. Again, we've talked about like nothing, just nothing burger. Okay, but it is holding up. That's where it's like, is this an island floating reversal, waiting for news, or are we about to continue trudging higher? QQQQQQ breaks out, right? On this gap. Said worth watching. Do we get up to the trend line? Keep an eye on again, because this could be a novice gap, or it's the start of a big up move. It's just hard. It's because I'm seeing, again, like the IWM. Why is the IWM double topping and making lower lows? Again, it's a little confusing. I get it. That's the market. It's not always obvious. DIA chopping at the highs. Can't really say much. Gold. Again, we like this stuff long term, but I can't chase this. I'd rather wait for the downtrend to break or let it consolidate. It's been on a freaking huge move, guys. Gals, homies, dinosaurs, friends. Just, again, it wouldn't be surprising me if it bases out. Now, again, this time of the year is usually pretty bullish. We'll see, but silver not really confirming it. The miners, right? Like, not really confirming it. All right, GDXJ, a little bit of a better confirmation, be getting over the highs from the end of November, but still not a lot of action. AEM, now this one looked stronger, but look where it got stuck at a resistance point. AG, this one looked like it was, off to the moon, and then comes right back and making lower lows. Struggling at moving averages. Newmont, I know some folks talked about buying it down here. Yeah, it makes sense. But look at this wick. This is where tomorrow could be a huge day for the miners. Now, again, I can't say for sure this is the bottom because, again, it's a probability-based game. But I like the bull traps. Sorry, the bear traps. We make new low and you rally back. But the key now is to get follow-through because this could just be like a precursor to more pain. Worth a watch. Again, it's a really easy trade with tight stops. Pass. Same thing, kind of just chopping around. Taiwan Semi got some news they're going to be building in Phoenix. I'm not surprised that they are. Okay, well, again, not short this one currently. Breaking the wedge or the flag pattern, whatever you want to call it. Okay. I mean, I'd be watching the 205, 206 area, confirm. Macron. It's been hits the 50 day. I mean, a lot of these names just got nothing. If you zoom out, they're just nothing burgers. Nothing burger. Here, I'll do it. Cool. Chop around, right? NVIDIA. Talked about shorting this at the 20-day, went a little higher. All right, ex-div today. What was their dividend? 50 cents. Got it. Okay. Yield of... yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Maybe it's 76 cents and then yield of 0.5%. I can't remember. It shows up on this program, but worth a watch. We talked about shorting up here. We said don't be surprised if it bounces to the 20-day. Okay, we're a little higher. And could you get back to 149? That's what the next spot would be. So it's worth watching here. If you're starting to reshort, hopefully you're not doing it all at once. SMCI, we talked about this being just absolutely bonkers. I mean, they prove their own numbers after they fire their freaking their accounting team for Ernst & Young quits. Cool. All right. Good luck. Be careful, please. Intel, we talked about this. Again, people hate when I bag on this. And it's like, oops. Again, the CEO is kicked out and the company's still dropping. I'd be watching what happens when you get down to the 18 area. I'm sorry, bulls. Doesn't look pretty. SMH, again, we talked about this popping up, bouncing on the 200-day after breaking the trend line. All right, let's see what happens here because this could be a reversal time heading lower again. I like the stocks this long term. Anyone who bought it 18, 19 range, feeling pretty good. We got up to like 24, 25. Now it's in the 22s. Adobe, really good, interesting spot to short. I think, again, some of the homies in the Discord were talking about there's earnings next week. Keep an eye on it. Apple, man, this is a breakout. You talk about breaking out and then it just getting tired. You need more. It's a really solid move, though, right? You go 225 up to 244. It's hard to say. Again, that's one I don't think I'd be jumping on to short right away. And again, if you're long, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Amazon, we talked about the fibs coming as you make new highs. Nice move again. Just trade around your positions. Meta, you're welcome. We said getting up north 620. I mean, maybe to get that trend line tomorrow. But again, if you bought it in the 550s, hells yeah, take some profit, manage it. CRM, talked about how the earnings, I didn't save my arrow. Just be careful here, right? Like you had the big blow off down here. Now you have a big gap at the highs. Worth a watch. Again, worth a watch. Guggenheim, this one's been trading in a choppy range. It's kind of a nothing burger. Microsoft broke out of the wedge. Okay, we'll see if we get follow through. I mean, next stop might be 449, 450. Fill that gapper. Let me just put it in there. Gapper Tandy. Make sense? Questions, thoughts, concerns? Again, leave a comment below. I appreciate all the love, support, Generation Nations. Y'all are the shit. NDAQ, I know some homies shorted this one. Okay. Next dip today. Not that tight action. Not much. Worth a watch. MicroStrategy. Again, this is where it's like Bitcoin's breaking out to new highs. What the fudge is going on here? That is not bullish. Again, we talked about the 20-day bounce. 362 up to 440. I mean, even if you made 60, 70 points, that's not bad in 2 days. Near term, I'd be a little sus. I mean, you can see there's a little bit of a resistance here. Keep an eye on this. You got to get over that 440 range. You got to invalidate today's candle because it doesn't really look that bullish. Netflix and Grill just killing bulls. Bears holding up. Talked about Roblox being a buyout target at some point. Man, something's going on. Really wanted to buy this in the 30s, but we did say it's like, you know, when it was holding these moving averages, said again, you had to hold 48. Man, it like 48 to 58 and fudge. 2 weeks, not bad. And especially if you traded this. Congrats. Pan W breaks out, right? Breaks the wedge, breaking over the old highs from 2024 early. God, keep an eye on it. The hardest thing here is always this, right? When you break a wedge, not a wedge, it's a downtrend, and you retest the range highs, you're probably going to find sellers. It's just a matter of how long do they stick around and what kind of selling it is. Because if it's not strongly being sold, it should rally shortly. Tesla, we talked about this one, holding up at the range highs. Said watch this candle. You got the follow through up. You got, man, however you did. It's one of those days where it opened and then all day was just slowly dripping back down. Worth a watch. Again, need more confirmation. But it does look bullish if after a consolidation pattern. If it's going to go higher, that would be it. But if it's a trap, oh shit. Insight, again, we like this company. I think they're going to get bought out. Palantir. I mean, anytime I think this is close to topping, again, I haven't shorted it. Not telling anyone to short it. Said watch the 8. I've been on record. Watch the 8 and 10 days. As long as it holds it. Because then the next one will be the 20. It's bullish. But it also could go consolidation pattern. So again, if you're trading this thing, congrats. I mean, I just no position. Again, I think in time, the risk reward would be to roll up your stops and watch the 8 and 10 day. But again, as long as it's still cranking, you let it roll, dog. McDonald's chopping around, holding up pretty well in this range. Curious if it gets over the 50-day, 300 area. DKNG, someone's like, oh, you got toasted today. I'm like, what are you talking about? We're talking about rolling into this. Again, I didn't do anything today. Bought some long dated puts yesterday. Okay. Even better candle. This one. Much better. They call that, what, Gravelstone Doji, right? Keep an eye on it. Airbnb Bizzle. We talk about this bouncing. Just chopping around. Not much to say. Costco. This thing's been on fire. Keep an eye on it. I mean, I'm not going to say anything about it. I mean, along the 8 and 10 day, again, like that's the traders' like primary trend. Starbucks, little interesting action today. I saw this when I got home from snowboarding. I was like, oh, look at that. Is this a fake out? Like, you know, you're gonna break out of this long consolidation pattern, and then you come back. Do you come back, or are we about to get crushed? Be careful. Be careful here. FedEx, we talked about this one as a great short from the 305 area. Yesterday had a little dead cat meow bounce. Nothing much. Again, lower lows looking pretty good. Again, not everything looks bullish. Caterpillar hits the gap, fills the gap. 50-day breaks. Deere, been on fire. Again, some of these global growth names just starting to look melty. Nice run. We talked about it if you bought it at like the 340, 350 area. Hell yeah, that was a great trade. Nucor, again, steel names. Like, hey, everything's good. 3 straight days of red bars. Yikes. X, again, someone, JSOLs, again, I'm going to always give credit. Someone was buying some calls long dated here on this dip. We'll see how it holds up so far. I mean, again, does it get bought out at the end of the year by Nippon Steel? VALE, this thing. Again, look at these global growth names. Just bleh. Arrow. We like Junior Copper. Bleh. I mean, again, I don't like it making new lows, but I would love to see some zoom outage. I mean, I'd love to see some zoom outage. Like, get this thing back into the, like, I don't know, 12 range. That'd be sick. CCJ, here's one that's been absolutely crushing it. I did notice today, it's like, close near the highs. Do we get confirmation? CF, again, here like the ag names. Oh, here we go. We said that, oh gosh, be careful, that railroad tracks, red bar, bow. Keep an eye on it. Again, it could just be a fake out, but it's, again, here's you go, Mosaic. They're not really looking so hot. NTR, I've said this many times, like, I just don't want to trade these until I get throttled. AA, again, we love aluminum long term. It's holding out above the breakout, so I wouldn't, like, again, I wouldn't short commodities. I would just watch them. XLF, we talked about shorting this one. Near term, this is a toughie. We talked about 8-10-day breaking down to the 20-day. Don't be surprised if it bounces. JP Morgan, again, someone was like trolling real hard, like, oh, you were wrong on financials. Like, dude, we were wrong on that, yeah, a while ago, and we stopped out. Why are you, like, bringing up trades from, like, months ago? It's like, are you always right? I'm not going to sit here and say I've never been wrong. I'm not fucking Jim Cramer. Pretend I'm perfect. JP Morgan, again, if they're not buying back their stock, why would you? Nice, like, gap up on that earnings and then nothing. Morgan Stanley, Stanley Morgan. As long as it holds this gap, I would say 128. It's okay. If it doesn't, yikes. Bank of America, Chimerica, Bank of Chimerica. Again, a lot of these names, 20-day, but looking a little, I would say just like, even like Goldman, right? Like, pretty extravagant moves. Is world really that good? We'll see. 20 days is the key. Carry. We talked about how this one is just, as the market like started to break out, it's like 20-day. Watch out. XBI, again, here's another name that should be rallying. Junior Bios, chopping. Jets, somebody was buying the 27 calls. Today's action. Oh my God, if you bought calls on that breakout, come on, folks. That's pretty wild. Again, I'm not talking about like any one person in this trade, but it's like, it's a big move. This could, I would be watching that candle. Again, short it at your own risk. XHB, here you go. Right? Talk about how bad housing is. It's like retest that. Blah. Okay, housing doesn't look good. Let's go look at our friend Solar, right? Oh, dead cat bounce. Sedge, dead cat bounce. Again, personally, I wouldn't be really shorting unless you had significant bounces to reference. Like ENPH had a reference up in the 70s. First Solar had a reference at the moving averages, converging here. Again, easy trades, define your risk. HYG said this yesterday, like, you got to be out of your mind buying corporate debt up here. Could be wrong, but we'll see. Oil started pulling back. Not surprised. It's chopping around. UNG, this is one, again, I hate this product. Let it play out. The KLD was the short up in the 80s. Instead, take some profits down in the 50s. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, this is where it's like 50-50 here. That's where if you have half your profits taken, you're sitting here going, what do I want to do? No, keep it easy. XOP, this is what gets a little sneaky, right? Look at the XOP. Everything's good. Oh, nope. So I'd be anticipating a retest of this trend line, or, man, maybe even fill this gap here. Sorry, bulls. Again, I'm not like long-term bearish on this stuff, but it just makes sense where demand destruction and global growth slowing. CBE stuck on the bottom. Talked about the gasolinians. Didn't look so hot right now. So hot right now, this Hansel, right? Valero, not so hot. I mean, these names just don't really look that good, right? They just dead cat bounces after bases. Now, you might argue there's head and shoulders bottom here, but if there's not head and shoulders bottom and we start breaking, then it's going to open the damn door. ExxonMobil, speaking of, right? Like, oh, it's going. Yeah, this is not good at 114. Occidental, I mean, it has to hold it. Not good, like, again, I don't want to relative, but it would be bad if it broke. Here's Occidental. Again, we like these names long-term. Buffett sell zone, Buffett sell put zone, Buffett just printing money, but I imagine he doesn't mind a little pullback. EQT, again, homies took this one from the 40 level, breaking the trend line up to the upper mid-40s. Just keep an eye on it. Flex LNG, last but not least. Look at the freaking, oh, did it get X-dib today? I was going to say. Yep. But look, oh, breaking new lows. We'll see. Again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Always here to help. Would love to be involved in your real estate transaction. If you trust me, you believe in me, you want to chop. Say you don't. Give me a call. Let's talk. Let's see how I can help you. Let me show you why we provide a ton of value to our friends and family that let us help them out. So have a great evening. Talk to you soon. Peace.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.